Hi, everybody, and happy 4th of July to you. Today is the fourth day on our journey to awesomeness and health and happiness and improved emotional composition. And we're going to continue in just a second with our gratitude practice, but I want to talk about a couple of things up front. First of all, if you're wondering why we're repeating some of these over and over, we've been with gratitude now for 4 days. You know, the things that are holding you back, your fears, my fears, that heaviness that rests on our heart sometimes, that mud on our heart sometimes, it didn't happen overnight. It didn't just occur one day and that was it. It's actually accumulated a lot over time. So to create good habits and new habits, we have to repeat and we have to get into a groove with those habits. I know the first couple of times that I started with a gratitude practice and a gratitude habit, I whiffed pretty badly because, you know what, I plain and simply didn't make it a part of my routine. And it's only when I make that part of my routine that I can really, really lock into it. The other thing I want to tell you up front is, I got to tell you, I had a bad day yesterday. Man, I tell you what, darkness arrived on my doorstep and stayed a little bit too long for my taste. And the reason I bring that up is not, any crazy plea for sympathy or anything else, but it's to let you know that the tools that we're talking about on this journey are what was able to bring me out of that. Being happy, being whole, having a great belief set doesn't mean that you're immune from darkness. It doesn't mean that you're immune from difficult times and tough feelings. It just means that you have the skills to get out of it and you have the tools available to you to get out of it. So with all that lead in, let's talk about our gratitude practice for today. Let's start with our my favorite part, big arm stretch up, 3 deep clarifying breaths in through the nostrils, out through your mouth. Hold that last one a little bit longer. Set your intention, set your belief that things can be very much better. Set your intention that you're thankful for a lot of things. Now take your journal and your pad. Note 5 things that you're thankful for today. And I'd like you to make sure that 2 of those are things that you've contributed to and that you've done and you've participated in, a little bit of self-appreciation, if you will. And I'll explain how all those link together in another time when we have a little bit more time to talk about that. Finally, when we close out, I want you to write, "I am worthy" in big print again, and my new challenge for today. I'd like you to make your own affirmation statement below that. I want you to use "I am worthy," but I'd like you to use your own affirmation statement. I've used several over the months and years that I've been working on this, and I want you to carve your own out. I'm not going to give you any suggestions for that. Maybe some of you will choose to share your affirmation statement. And finally, let's close out with those 3 breaths again. Kind of affirm what you're thankful for and really where you have a ton of appreciation. Hold that last one. Make sure your mind is calm. And here's my final little piece going into the next video tomorrow. I ask you to think about maybe finding yourself a personal growth partner. I've thought about a couple of names that, maybe I might reach out to in this process too. I also want you to think about, there's a little challenge I want you to think about going into our next healthy, awesome skill. Try this. It's an old trick. Try counting to 50. Close your eyes, count to 50. See where your mind disengages. I'll probably throw this at you one more time as we kind of get together again in the coming days. Have a great Independence Day, and I hope you celebrate with family and friends.